The Central Illinois Regional Airport in Bloomington will make major progress toward creation of an industrial park for the community this year. That's something the Bloomington-Normal Economic Development Council has been pushing for a couple years. In this interview with WGLT's Charlie Schlenker, Airport Director Carl Olson says the 250-acre multimodal business park is getting state and airport money.
The Airport Authority was fortunate to compete for and secure a grant for $1,250,000 this past year from the state of Illinois through what's called their Megasites program. And the purpose of the Megasites program is to take large parcels of property, at least 200 acres in size, that are shovel-ready and make them super shovel-ready in terms of being more competitive. The state of Illinois determined they were losing new economic investment because some states had facilities that were a little more prepared for development. So we competed for and received this grant. The airport will be investing $1,750,000, so a $3 million total investment to install new water and sewer into 200 acres, 250 acres south of the airport that's currently farm ground and isn't able to be used for aviation purposes, with the goal of creating a new multimodal business park. Besides being adjacent to the airport and having access to, of course, our community's outstanding surface and interstate service, that property is also served by the active Norfolk and Southern Rail line, which is only 9 miles from the Rivian plant.
Do you have prospective tenants for this park yet?
We've had a lot of conversations with both developers and individual companies. The feedback's been very positive, which is what led us to the point of wanting to invest this and create this and so that it's ready to go. Theoretically, you could have a company locate there and invest their funds to build a facility and create new jobs that might take in raw components that you might use in automobile manufacturing or food manufacturing. And you could have raw materials arrive by a rail car where they could be assembled or constructed into the finished product, which could then be put back on a rail car and sent to a local automobile plant, or could be put on a tractor trailer and sent to any one of the manufacturers in central Illinois.
When would they sign on the dotted line?
Oh, that's a ways away. We're currently under contract to do the design work for the water and sewer, and it's looking to go out to bid this spring. That plan calls for starting construction early summer and completing water and sewer installation by the end of this year. And at that point, we'd be engaging in conversations all along the way. But we can do things concurrently. We can do the water and sewer design and installation over here while simultaneously maybe putting out a solicitation for a master developer or responding to an RFP for somebody that wants 100 acres with rail access. We can do them both at once.
So you have a new airport authority to organize and a broader taxing district. How big a lift is that?
We're pretty excited about creating the new airport authority and transitioning now in calendar year 2024. We are essentially creating a new municipal entity out of whole cloth, which isn't something you do very often. So we will be creating, in terms of what the legislature has approved in their public act, the Central Illinois Regional Airport Authority. And once that is activated and goes live, the Bloomington-Normal Airport Authority will be dissolved.
What is involved? What are all the steps in registering that with various state agencies, with the county assessor, with the various township assessors? What do you have to do?
Actually, there's a whole range of things, and it's been very interesting to learn all of the requirements at the state level, at the local level, and especially at the federal level. Because the Central Illinois Regional Airport is operated as a certificated airport by the FAA, we actually have to apply for and receive their approval to do this transition and to actually secure a brand new operating certificate, which is a whole process in and of itself. Similarly, the Illinois Division of Aeronautics has to approve this. The Transportation Security Administration has to approve this.
So what do they want to see before they say, yes, you can do this?
They want to make sure that as the recipient of federal grants, that the new airport authority will have the same ability and interest and capabilities to operate and maintain the airport to a minimum FAA standards, which are national standards, which we do now. For giving you an example, we're very proud one of our accomplishments this past year was generating another perfect FAA annual inspection. our 9th in the last 13 years. They want to make sure that the airport is operated safely, that it meets FAA federal standards, and that the investment that the federal government has made at the airport will carry over to the new airport authority as well.
When do you think you'll be done with this?
Our goal is to make the transition at the start of our new fiscal year, which is May 1st.
How many different hoops do you have to jump through? You mentioned some of them, but what are some of the ones you haven't touched on?
Think of it as a private business that is reorganizing. So all of our banking information, all of our insurance information, all our employee benefit, retirement, pension information, all of our billing information, all our contracts and leases and concession agreements, all our grant agreements from the state and federal government, everything has to transition over, because once the new entity takes place, the old entity will dissolve and will be no more.
Do the rural members of the new airport authority take office now or after this transition is complete?
In order for the transition to take place, the cutover, so to speak, from the old authority to the new, the board will be reorganized. We will still have 7 commissioners, as we do now, who are appointed. 2 from the city of Bloomington, 2 are appointed by the town of Normal, and 3 are appointed by McLean County government. The difference being that the 3 McLean County representatives will have to reside and come from the rural community, where currently they come from Bloomington and Normal.
The new year also brings new capital projects. What is the airport facing on the capital front this year?
We're looking to move forward probably about a $25 million capital improvement program this year, which is a range of projects, from finishing the construction phase 2 of our new general aviation facility for private aircraft, small aircraft, aircraft owners, looking to purchase some new rolling stock, such as fire trucks or fire response vehicles, as well as rehabbing the entire terminal roadway system on the public side of the terminal to refurbish the pavements and the roadways just as a city or a town would of their roadways.
Will that complicate entry and exit from the airport?
No, not at all. We're going to phase the project. The project will have 4 phases. The roadway will be open and safe the entire time. Similar to what you see with municipal roadways, we'll close certain lanes at a time and work on it. There'll be workarounds, but the roadway will continue to be safe and accessible.
Central Illinois Regional Airport Director Carl Olson also says the number of passengers through the airport last calendar year fell by 6%. That is less than the drop in the number of seats airlines offered on flights. Olson says a shortage of flight crews, aircraft, and a business desire to support prices factor into the decision to cut the number of available seats. Olson spoke with WGLT's Charlie Schlenker.